Welcome all, my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanyo, your demon cinephile, and we finally got it, folks. We finally got it. We finally got it. It's the first official. Maybe I should toggle this off real quick. 1 second. The first official look at our first trailer of the Vampire Lestat, formerly known as Interview with the Vampire Season 3, The Vampire Lestat. I'm so glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited for the HD official version because I knew there was the one around the internet from the San Diego Comic Con, but I wanted to wait till I got a clear version, and I wish I went there. I almost went to New York. I almost went to New York for this. Didn't do it. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Oh, this was such a fun trailer. This was so great. Um, I am. This isn't gonna be a normal trailer reaction because I have so many freaking audio issues with this new software or this microphone. I'm not sure which one it is. So I can talk and I gonna sound, I don't know, a-okay, I guess you could say. I'm gonna sound fine like right now. But the moment I play any audio in the background, things are gonna get really fucking weird and distorted and weird. um, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Why I haven't been streaming? Um, real's been killing a lot of my motivations to do anything, but hey, that's besides the point. But yeah, I do want to go through it. Um, and very in the slow mo because there's a lot of great things in this trailer. So starting off, we get this dinner between Daniel and Louis, and Daniel has this great opening line about someone from Hollywood wanting him to direct the movie of Interview with the Vampire, which or like write the movie or something. Something about the movie rights. Here a second. I got a call from some Hollywood asshole asking me if I want to write the movie version of the book. That is fun because in real life, Anne Rice, she did offer to write the movie version for Interview with the Vampire, and she actually did write the original script. Then Neil Jordan, he wrote his version, but the movie was so faithful to the book, it's kind of hard to tell which script they actually used. And then we have Louis being, or is it? Yeah, he talking about his view in the book where he didn't really like him in it. He felt passive. He felt like a liar, which passive, selfish liar, which is true. That's kind of what Louis was in the books at this time, also in the show. He was very passive, he was very selfish, and he did lie. He lied to paint himself in a better view. He lied to protect Claudia. He lied because he's still pissed off at Lestat. And okay, we get this part. Okay, so this one is a little different from the novel because the novel Lestat never met Daniel, but here we have um the people at Hollywood, people want to do the movie, they're contacting Daniel. They want to meet Lestat. They want to do an interview with Lestat, a documentary. So I can only assume Lestat is already doing his rock star thing about around this time. And from what we know, that Daniel has already met Lestat. So I'm guessing this is probably not in the first episode, probably like in episode 2 or 3. After some good time has passed. One second, guys. I had to turn the air off. It'd be too distracting. Okay, here I went look at real quick. Oh shit, he's probably gonna ruin the audio. Fuck. I hope they didn't ruin anything. Yeah, so this is Lestat's view on the book. Okay, few things here. Because in the novel, Lestat, when he gets his copy of Interview with the Vampire, it is an old beaten up copy, if I remember correctly. Also, this part right here, Claudia and him on the train. Lestat wrote, "Never fucking happened." Oh, so that was like one of my biggest complaints in season one with how much they were villainizing Lestat. Because book Lestat, he's not saying, God forbid he ain't a saint, but he never physically abused Claudia and Louis. Well, in show he did. And the whole scene on the train where he threatens Claudia to um come back to the home and make Louis happy or I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, I never liked that. I mean, I like it for the show, but comparing to the book, comparing what Lestat is normally supposed to be like, I felt it was awful. Felt that it was almost character assassination for Lestat. Though I'm a bit glad that this is happening. I'm a bit glad that the train scene never happened, or at least did was nowhere near as violent or aggressive as season one made it seem. So I'm freaking glad that they changed that one. Then we get our first look of our brat prince, and I'm guessing he just drank the blood of someone who is high as balls. And we get our first, well, not our first look, but we finally get to see that scar in motion, which is strange because we've seen Lestat without a shirt a couple times in season one. He never had that scar. He never had that scar. So it could be either that Lestat recently got the scar, which really wouldn't make any sense because vampires don't get scars. So I'm guessing Louis purposely blocked it out, not wanting to paint Lestat in a certain light. And I'm trying to wonder where you think he got the scar. Is either going to be his fight with the wolves, or spoiler alert from the novel, there is wolves in Lestat's life. It's either that fight with the wolves or maybe when he was attacked by Magnus. We're going very, very super slow because there's a lot of things in this trailer that are really quick and you miss it. And here we got Little Boy Lestat, which I never thought we were gonna get. It's cute, it's cute. We get some information about Lestat's childhood in the book, but it's not like a full flashbacks, if I remember correctly, except for this one where Lestat has a panic attack when he's at the witches' field where they used to burn witches in his village. And Lestat looking out at the city. I got the shoes. Hate me. Very good. Go back. Go on. Here we go. Hate. We're looking at the city. Then me. Makes sense for the stats character being a freaking diva. And this right here. This, I think this is a direct scene from the book. I cannot remember. I haven't read the book in a while, but there's this supposed to be a scene where Lestat kind of gets in the fight with his father and his brothers about how freaking useless they are. So, I'm sure I give spoilers. In the book, Lestat is kind of from a important family that's kind of fell on hard times, and because the family's so used to being wealthy, that is kind of because he's kind of like he's the youngest. I remember correctly. He's kind of thrown in as the chore boy. He's made to do all the hard work. So he doesn't really like his family. We got shots of him and his groupies, him living his full rock star lifestyle. And this is a quick thing right here. This could be like a full on nothing scene. This could be like a full on nothing scene. Maybe Lestat antagonizing some humans who think he's a real vampire or just a nasty rock star. But I think this probably could be Lestat interacting with the many vampires who are coming after him, because that was a thing in the novel, and you see it in the Queen of the Dam movie, that all the vampires around the world were pissed at what Lestat was doing, giving away secrets and just telling everyone about vampires from his books, from the novel, from the music videos. But it only happens in one scene, at the scene of the concert. It was wonderfully built up, and Rice built it up pretty great. But I think they're gonna spread it out throughout the season. Just from guessing that Lestat is gonna have these random encounters with all these different vampires coming after him, and probably just slowly goes up and up and up until it explodes into something chaotic, probably that concert. In this one, we get a scene which I'm guessing is Lestat's penthouse, because there's a shot later in the trailer where I thought it was Louis' penthouse and Lestat was with him, but no, this definitely is Lestat's own place. You get his coffin, which looks very different from season one. It's not big and decorative, and you get his coffin room, which is a big heart on it. Love it, diva. And there's this woman he's with. Now we don't know who this is. She doesn't. She's not a member of the band. She's not one of the groupies, as far as we know. She's not his lawyer, and she's too small to be Akasha. So I have no idea who she could be. Um, Maybe it's his victim for the night. Well, I guess we'll have to see when the show comes out. Do 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 do. Hate me. I'm hanging. And then the stat carrying a groupie. Guessing someone he didn't mean to kill. The stat having some random fun. Him doing makeup. Which does make sense with Lestat. Lestat is a bit of a diva. He is a diva. He is a bit of a perfectionist. And the novel, when he decided to go on his rebellious stage and do the whole rock star thing, he wanted to get all kinds of. He wanted to get all the equipment. He wanted to do all these grand, epic music videos, shot by French directors, and they will be on MTV. So I can see Lestat doing this. Like, he has to go and make sure all the makeup is exactly how he needs it to be, how he wants it to be. And then our first shot of one of his concerts. So we get a glimpse of probably a bunch of different concerts throughout the trailer. So I'm wondering, you get a huge, magnificent concert like the end of the novel. They'll probably save that for season 4. But yeah, Rockstar Lestat and Gabriella. You get to see her, Gabriella, and she is looking a bit confused, probably sad for what her son is doing. And so this shot first confused me because I thought it was shot in the past, because we see all these different people in these old French attire, but you see the background and you see it's very modern. You got the modern lighting right here, those modern lamps. So I'm guessing this Lestat is having a bit of a hallucinations in his brain, kind of how Louis was in season two. And I'm guessing for Lestat, the past and the present are starting to blur because then this one is over. We cut to back to the 1780s. We see Nikki and whoever this could be. Now I'm not sure. I'm guessing these could be um the theater folk because in the novel Lestat and Nikki, they worked at a old theater troupe that that wasn't really big, like that big theater you saw Lestat performing in season two. No, it was a very much smaller, shabby theater. And um Lestat and Nikki became very good friends with almost everyone there. So I'm guessing this is gonna be some of those people. Because yeah, I'm guessing these are, adoring fans, um, probably playwrights, poets. But I wonder who this is, because this is like a big fancy house. Maybe that could be the owner of the plays, because I don't think it's supposed to be Magnus. But he's walking like he's something kind of big and important, and Nikki looks fucking pissed. Which I'm gonna guess is this scene is after Lestat became a vampire and he had to ghost Nikki for a long time. Oh, that could actually be the doctor that was treating Gabriella. Actually, spoiler for book two, but I'm giving small spoilers. And this is him, our first shot at Magnus. And I like it. I like it because Magnus was described to being a bit older than most vampires in the in the novel, and he does have that look about him. It's not full inhuman white face like Anna Rice described it, but he does look a bit unnatural. And I hope they keep doing. I hope they do that for a lot of the other vampires in the show. I want the older vampires to look less human. Maybe not full statue face like in the novels, which I will love, but just something more monstrous. But I do like this because, no, I'm about to say, ugh. It is different from the novel because in the novel, it was, I don't know, because in the novel I was pictured to be like a pretty shabby tower, nothing very grand, except for the rooms of treasure. So this is different from what I imagined, but yeah, let's. I think Magnus did feed Lestat before he turned him, and he seems to be messing with him, which the old demon basically did. Lestat having the time of his life as a rock star, throwing his cape away like Dracula becomes the bat in the old movies. And this is just a fantastic shot. And just gorgeous. Bang bang. Bang 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 bang. Lestat is hunting the wolves. He is the wolf killer. And I'm guessing this has to be Lestat's father, which I'm so curious how they're gonna portray this man because he is such a I don't know. He is very forgettable in The Vampire Lestat, from what I remember. But his few choice scenes in Interview with the Vampire, the novel, not the show or the movie, he stands out a bit more. But I'm curious to see how they're going to portray him. I definitely going to reread the book before the show comes out. The show comes out. And our first look at Baby Jenks, which they are definitely retooling Baby Jenks in the show. And I'm not sure how I feel about this because it feels like a complete. Oh, sorry, I feel kind of sick right now. It seems like a bit of rewrite of her character because Baby Jenks in the book didn't really know Lestat. That's all I'm gonna say. So this don't normally like full recreations like this, but no, I'm gonna see where it goes. The showrunners have not led me astray so far. Now, first look at Armand, and I wonder what he's doing because I can't really tell where he is right here. At first, I thought maybe he's like in place with Lestat, like he's also doing something with the interview, but I can't really tell what he's doing right here. And not sure what this scene is because it's so quick. It's basically just one frame. It looks. I'm gonna guess is Lestat getting into a fight with his brothers. Probably calling them useless scumbags because that's kind of like what they were. Gabriella completely hating her life and her children, except for Lestat. Now this is a weird scene right here. It just seems like I don't know. I don't get this just choice of shot for the trailer. And just showing the cameraman just watching Lestat. But this is great. You can see the scope of how Lestat is slowly rising up. And using Nikki's violin too. And you get this where with Daniel, which I can't tell what he's supposed to be speaking to because there's a mic. Is it a camera or something? But he's there at the concert. He's because you guys, he did say that in the teaser, right? Right, that he was at Lestat's concert. So maybe that takes place before that scene or during that scene. But Lestat full on levitating during the concert. Now this is very different because spoiler alert, spoiler for the book. Lestat did not have the ability to fly in the first two books. Lestat did not get all the super special because Lestat only magic in after he was made a vampire was the mind gift, specifically thought reading. Lestat didn't get all the extra special vampire magic tricks till the Queen of the Damned. So Lestat here using his other powers, he basically has all the powers right now in the show. By him doing this, levitating in front of a full human crowd, very risky, very risky. It's not like Santiago where he used a fake rope to make people think he was just being propelled across the ceiling or whatever. Woo! Then we get this scene, which I seen the clips of it and the low res version where the jokes where it just seems like Lestat and Louis are getting a divorce. Which very does fit. It very does fit. But I wonder what this meeting really is. What I'm guessing is Louis trying to get Lestat to go along with the new interview or the documentary or something. Or maybe it's something Lestat wants Louis to return to him. I'm really not sure. I'm really curious about what this could be, and that's that Louis' lawyer is also a vampire. So I guessing what Raglan James said was true in season 2 that the vampire population is rapidly expanding. Because he said that there are at least 1,600 known vampires in the world, and that's mostly just newbie fledglings are probably only a few decades old or probably a century or two. They including the ancients, the children of millennia, the first brood. Book references, book references. And our diva's face. He's like, Louis was touching his hand. And Lestat getting into a car crash, which I at first originally thought maybe Lestat crashed on purpose to hurt himself, but there's another shot we're gonna get to later, which I don't think that's the case. Lestat mixing the music, and we got more. Our Talamasca buddies are back. Rila Rashid and Raglan James. This fucking asshole. And I don't like saying that because I know the books. Book 4, Tale of the Body Thief. The guy's a fucking prick. And I'm wondering where this scene is. I don't think it's probably with Lestat. I mean, the all the lights kind of make me feel like Rockstar vibes, but I think this is probably at Talamasca headquarters with Daniel, and Daniel is in the Talamasca show, so I guess that's their big connector between the series. Or maybe this is an early introduction to Jesse from The Queen of the Damned. Oh god, I didn't even think about that. That's that'd be cool. That'd be cool if we could get a early introduction to Jesse if they still intend to do her character. I really hope they do. Because I really liked it. I really liked her character. Oh, look at that too. Real quick, sorry. But look how excited and maniac he's looking, and real Rashid. He's just Rashid. Rashid is like he's kind of weirded out by him because like that's my boss. Why'd I have to listen to him? And then we got Louis, Lestat, and Louis, which I wonder why Lestat is that far in the background, almost like he's stalking Louis. And then we got Claudia, Claudia. It was revealed that Delaney will return for Claudia, and I'm guessing Lestat is going to see her throughout the season in the various hallucinations, kind of like how Louis saw Lestat in season 2. And people have pointed out that Claudia isn't simply there. She seems to be wearing the same dress she was wearing in season 1, episode 7, when she was playing the piano with Lestat. But look at her hand. Her hand looks bloodied and burned. So, is that how Lestat sees Claudia? As someone or something burned? Because he couldn't or wouldn't save her back then? And then we get this weird. I'm not sure what this is. I'm guessing this is, like I said before, one of the other vampires popping out to attack Lestat. And this one, I know what this one is. It has to be spoilers, but also no spoilers, but also not spoilers for the show in the movie, show in the book. You know how in season 2 where Lestat said he buried himself outside of Paris and slept for 100 years? Well, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because this looks like the part from the book where after Lestat buried himself in the ground for some time, he is magically picked up by another vampire, an ancient, who feeds Lestat his blood. I won't give the name of the ancient, but if you're a book fan, you know. Burn the ground. And then we get this scene or shot, which I don't fully like this because it feels very, I don't know, it feels very weird. Because if they're going by the book logic where vampires' bodies can hold anything but blood, and blood can replace certain aspects of the body, like tears and sweat and saliva. But here it seems, but to see the piss blood, it's I don't know. I want an explanation, just a small one. Like, do they always have to piss blood? Do they only do that when they eat food and what eat food and stuff? Is it because they're trying to put on a performance because there might be humans around? I don't know. I don't. I just want no particulars because it seems very weird to have our super powerful vampires take a pee break. And then we get. I think this is also the same shot, a continuation of that shot of before, where Lestat is being pulled from out of the earth, and this is more of Lestat's imaginations, his thoughts blending in with the current world, because we clearly see this is like a modern setting, but we see Nikki there. We know Nikki is dead, and Nikki is he has his hands cut off, which if you know the book, it's very accurate to the book, and he's spreading his blood all over the mirror, which goddamn, Lestat, please get some therapy. And you see Lestat getting dragged away. I'm guessing this is by Magnus, who is about to make him a vampire. More music mixing. You get a shot of Lestat's penthouse, which I originally thought was Louis' penthouse, but I'm it, looking at it, it looks a lot different now. Lestat and Gabriella going to a strip joint together. Fairly normal mother and son activity. Lestat feeding off of baby Jenk, so she is the big groupie of their tour, of their group, groupie of the group. I wonder if Lestat will have genuine feelings for her, or does she have real feelings for him, or is it just because he's a cool vampire? Oh, I just thought about, will Lestat be the one to make her a vampire? Because she is a vampire in the book, so ah, I don't know. I don't know because that'd be an interesting change. That'd be an interesting change because uh, she is made because the person who made her a vampire in the books actually fuck, I don't remember her chapter now. About to say we do know who made her in the books, but now I'm thinking about it, I don't think we actually do. And I asked the camera, and this creepy motherfucker. I think this is supposed to be the actor playing Magnus again, because he looks very similar to that shot we saw earlier. It looks like him, so I'm guessing Lestat is imagining him, or maybe his ghost is actually haunting him, or something, or maybe it's a different vampire, and uh, maybe this is what ancient vampires look like. And you got Louis in the crowd staring down to somebody. Maybe this actually no. Maybe this is actually one of Lestat's concerts, and Louis is just surveying him. Now this scene is very odd because it doesn't seem to do anything connect with anything else. Maybe it's just um music labels, executive groups celebrating the success of Lestat's group. I don't know. I really don't know what this one could be. I'm just stumped. I was about to say maybe it's the Telemasca group, but no, seems too mundane. And we got Lestat running out to kill the wolves. And see his good boy coming with him. His good boy. Which I thought he had two dogs in the book, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. I am kind of sad that we couldn't keep the winter setting when the stat hunts the wolves. I wish we could have kept that setting, but hey, it's a beautiful. This is a beautiful scenery right here. So glad they got this location. More hedonistic rock star Daniel. Louis is all beaten and bloody up. Oh my god, he looks like a demon right here. And you see he is tormenting Bruce. He is tormenting Killer, which I wonder if him and the Louis and Lestat are hunting him down together, or maybe is Louis. Maybe this is Louis' own personal solo mission through the season. Maybe this is why Louis can't be with Lestat throughout the whole season because he is hunting down Bruce. That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. But will Louis kill Bruce because Bruce or Killer does die in the Queen of the Dam, but it ain't by Louis' hands. That right? And I got Aramon again. Can't really tell where this setting is. It's the same kind of blue, that blue light with Louis and Bruce. So maybe there he follows them there. I have no idea what this is. I guess I'm gonna guess it's Lestat dancing with Gabriella after he made her a vampire. Just look at this diva. And we get her vampire face, which I don't know. It feels more silly than scary or cool. Maybe the full scene will do it more justice. The stat is in pure pain and torment. Which maybe this is when he's being made a vampire, but I think it's probably something else because you see the bright lights behind him. So maybe it's I don't know what else could be. Maybe it's something with him in Paris. Ooh, Gabriella has herself a lady friend. The stat. Okay, this one is getting weird because he's going really fast. It's like only like one frame. The stat bathing in blood, kind of like a scene from Blade One, which looks good. It looks good. um, I wonder if that's gonna be real blood or fake blood. Cause that was one kind of complaint in season one and season two that the vampires kind of waste a lot of blood in the show. Cause Anna Rice made kind of like a fact that her vampires don't really spill blood when they kill. You know, because they're eating the blood. They want to get all of that delicious red inside their circulatory system. So it doesn't make sense they want to spill a drop. In the show, they spill lots and lots of blood. I mean, the gore hound in me loves it, but book accuracy in me, it just common sense makes no sense. I mean, if you have all this food, are you just gonna spill it on the floor? Don't you want it in your belly, or throw it in the freezer for later? And we get this DJ right here, so I'm guessing this is Sam, from season two, Sam Barkley, which I'm surprised we're getting him back so soon, and for and maybe he's come back for like something to do with the Talamasca. I always assumed that he was going to be a victim of Akasha, but guess not. I guess not. Louis getting blood splatter all over him. I gotta go back. Which I guess he's look at his clothes. I think this is still his fight with Bruce. Maybe he's torturing Bruce. From which, knowing Louis really does fit this version of Louis. And look, this is the part. I think this is this we saw earlier with the car crash. It looks like Lestat is driving, and a vampire is attacking him from behind. Well, I don't know, cause look at the nails. The nails don't really, they don't really have the white vampire nails that they do in the show. But it looks like someone he. It does feel like he's in a car. And someone's getting him from the back seat. There you go. Really quick flashes. This is just pure diva. It's a good look for him. It's a good look for him. His eyes have a bigger blue right here. And can you see like the cut on his neck? Is this like a scar from when Louis slit his throat? Go back. Lestat hallucinating Louis while he's practicing, when he's recording his songs. So I'm guessing this song is directly about Louis. And this one is a weird scene because it's also it was like a scene where Lestat is mixing up his the present with his past, because we see the same doctor from season one, but also we have Louis and this other guy that looks like he's from the 17th century. I'm guessing this is Daniel interviewing Lestat, like how we saw in the teaser trailer. And full vampire face Lestat. With this one looks really scary. This the look, the choice of the lightings, how it's going on his hair. Now this is a very, I'm not sure what this scene. It looks like Lestat is burning himself in the sun, but he also has a microphone, so maybe one of his music videos. And then turn blood splatters on the camera. Freaking diva. But yeah, that was the Vampire Lestat trailer. I really wish I could have watched it proper with you guys, but yeah, this was the next best thing, and it's really good because I got to watch the trailer a bunch of times before this and to pick out all the little details. And this does look fun. It looks like they're taking a lot of liberty, well, not really liberties, but really retooling the story and from the novel, because the novel, we got the opening, the prologue, which is Lestat waking up in 1985, and then the last like 3 chapters are all about the before the concert, after the concert. Then the whole rest of the book is nothing but, well, not nothing, but is all Lestat in his past, when he was a human before he became a vampire, his first few years as a vampire, his point of view on the first book with Louis and Claudia, and all that stuff. So here we're gonna get like it looks like an in-depth look of how Lestat became this rock star sensation, and just like, I guess like all the other vampires are reacting to him in time, because there is a point in the novel, in the novels, that all the vampires were really pissed at Lestat for doing what he did, but none of them really seemed to be mad at Louis. In his book, had been out for like a decade at that point, so I wonder how this is gonna show, or how they're gonna sorry, been feeling kind of ill lately. So I wonder how they're gonna like just kind of twist and pull that. Because you guys see a little bit of that with Baby Jinx, which I'm guessing she's gonna be like their first big groupie, or like their only groupie. Lestat may or may not have a thing for her. Oh, maybe I just thought about this. Maybe he's using her um to fill the void, that because was how he's kind of on and off with Louis. Maybe he's using her to make Louis jealous. I don't know. Maybe I don't really. This he probably wouldn't do that. He probably wouldn't do that. He would do that. But yeah, this seems like a really great interpretation or adaptation of the novel. And from what I'm guessing, I can kind of see where they are going to, like, I can see how they're scheduling this season. If we're only going to get 8 episodes, I think, kind of like last season, then yeah, we're going to show Lestat's rise from kind of like a little rock, what's the word I'm looking for? Little like a little rocker, and then to kind of like this little big superstar. I think that's going to be the main plot of the modern setting the of the season. And then all the flashbacks, the interview will cover everything from Lestat's childhood to him and Perry, and to him being turned into a vampire right as he leaves um Europe and eventually meets the some older vampires. That's all I'm gonna say. I think till we meet some older vampires. Then I think season 5 or the Vampire Lestat Part 2 or season 4, which should be the Vampire Lestat Part 2, will feature all about the big super concert that Lestat is trying to host, and then will be kind of like Lestat's point of view on Interview with the Vampire to kind of prove that, yeah, Louis was right. I was a bit of a monster, a little bit of a gaslighting asshole. Put my hands on where they should not have been. But I was not the full villain here. Louis did this and Louis did that. You know what Louis said to me that put me in such a mood? Probably things like that. Oh, and um, where's this stupid thing? We finally got the announcement for our queen of the Dom. And what's her name here? What's her name here? I had her name. Yeah. Sheila Atim. So this is our new Akasha. And I don't know how I really feel about this. I don't know how I really feel about this. Now, because small part of me was kind of hoping they would go with a Middle Eastern actress, because that's what Akasha technically is in the books. But then again, Anna Rice really did dig with the idea of Akasha just being African or being Egyptian. Um, so I don't really care about like that aspect. But this actress, I never seen anything that she was in, and I have not seen anything that she's in. She has done a lot of theater work, and I don't know. Like, the first picture I saw of her, I was like, I don't know, this doesn't like a Kasha. But then I saw these photos, like, okay, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. This, I can see the power and how they tried to perform her. Um, because Aaliyah was amazing as Akasha physically. That movie, the script was shit. The direction was shit. She did amazing with what she was given. So I can't wait to see how this actress decides to play Akasha. I do hope they portray her as fully demented and evil, a delusional, genocidal bitch. That is what Akasha is. She doesn't need any tragic backstory or anything like that. And if you are going to give her a tragic backstory, make it so like it's something weird and mundane, like it doesn't explain why she's so wicked and evil. Because there was a line in the third book, Queen of the Dam, where one of the reasons why Akasha is so monstrous compared to other vampires, besides the fact that she is the first, is because she does not recognize herself as a monster. Lestat, Marius, Louis, Maharet, they view their own views and opinions on vampires are a little different, but they all recognize themselves to be monsters. Akasha does not think of herself as a monster. She really thinks she is a god. She thought this even before she became a vampire, and that part of herself which is amplified. So I wish this woman the best of luck. I really hope she blows this away, because when the show was announced a couple years ago, I had so many trepidations. Let me use that word right. I don't think I am. I had so many concerns about every little thing, from the changes in the plot to the casting. I looked at all the casting as like, what the frick are you doing here? What were you doing? Are you stupid? Are you idiots? But the show is fantastic. The casting director killed it. They killed it with these actors. I can see anyone else playing these characters for a good long time. So I'm going to trust them. I'm going to trust they know what they're doing. And I hope she blows us away. I hope she blows us away. Because I think she just signed on. So she is we're not gonna get really any scenes with her in this season. If we do get any scenes with her, she's just gonna be a statue. Which I wonder how they're gonna do the statue thing. I hope they do the statue thing where she's just a statue for a little bit. I hope they just do it where she's a little bit. If they're gonna commit and do full marble statue person Akasha, kind of like in the book, I will love that. But if they're not, at least do it for a few scenes. At least do it for a few scenes. But yeah, I'm gonna go. This video is, goddamn, it's an hour long. Almost an hour long. So I don't think I can edit this down. But yeah, I've been your Hanyo, your Demon Cinephile. I'm gonna let you all go now, but give me a like, give me a subscribe, comment down below. Tell me how much are you excited for the upcoming The Vampire Lestat? Have you read the books? Do you not want to read the books? I want to know everything that's running through your little fledgling minds. And I will see you all I will see you all next time in whatever I decide to do whenever I can do it. So bye bye.